can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Gray Productions. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie, and on this week's episode, it's the 2025 Plummies. The 2025 Plummies are brought to you by Major League Dicks. When you're looking to wrap your hands around a big stick, look no further than Major League Dicks. Alongside me is the Cuss. Cuss, how we doing?
Doing well. The stars are out. I say that every year, but it's the third annual Plummies. Feeling good. Everybody's looking good. What a night we're in for.
What a night. Oh, and alongside the cousin, myself. Sorry, it's been a while. Alongside the cousin, myself, good friend, co-host Reiner. How we doing?
Ghost.
Doing good. Ready to do this, but I have to say, you guys are both looking scrumptious.
Please,
Oh,
please.
thank you.
You
Couldn't
couldn't even be bothered to do the hair.
I call this look the honey, I'm home.
I call it like the Bobby D.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, before we get to the Plummies, this is Let the Boys Watch.
We're right back.
Well, okay. Bobby D will be back. So before we get to the Plummies, which we're gonna do some awards, we're gonna change a plum score from the year. I'll do a few other things. But just want to remind you, if this is your first time, well, I wouldn't remind you if it's your first time, but just want to tell you that we typically watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. We'll usually put some kind of a theme up for a vote on Instagram. We haven't done that in a while, but we'll get back into that on Fridays. So please follow us there. Let the Boys Watch Pod. Okay. And, follow us there. Vote on those on Fridays. Send us messages. Let us know, I don't know, what we should do next week or whatever. You can also send us an email, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com, to do the same thing. And you can also, Benny, tell them. I'm rusty today. I'm sorry.
That's okay. New year, same us.
Worst me.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Look for Let the Boys Watch. Search any one of the movies that we've discussed today. Goodfellas, Idiocracy, any of the movies that we watched in 2025. Pull up that episode, click subscribe, click the little bell. At least when we release a new episode, it'll be right on your homepage. You don't have to search for us every week. We would love for you to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm, or so they say. Follow us on YouTube. Let the Boys Watch.
Can't wait for you to do that.
Please.
So before we get into all those awards and segments, should we kick it off with the plum score? Or does the host want to take over? What do we want to do here?
Well,
Do we have any music or anything like that? Cause that's any music like that?
Maybe in post, we'll see.
All right,
we got
pause for
time.
music break.
And welcome to the third annual Plummies, as we've mentioned before. Thank you to Major League Dicks, our sponsor. Before we get started, though, we do have a few more sponsors to mention here. Check cereal. It's the brand new cereal discovered by Cousin Benny. Try the all-new peanut butter and honey nut flavors that no one has ever had until he discovered them. And by in-window air conditioners. Don't want to deal with annoying contractors? Want something to complain about every 6 months when you put them in and take them out? Try in-window air conditioners. In-window air conditioners. What are you, poor?
Could be me.
Buy Newport 200s. Did you get smoked in the fantasy football playoffs by 140 points when someone that barely pays attention to football dropped 200 points to your 60? Grab a carton of Newport 200s and smoke your frustration away. Fantasy football frustration? Newport pleasures. And by Twix.
That stings.
And by Twix, the only candy with a cookie crunch. Twix. They're very good.
Nice. What a slogan.
Really digging at us, Robbie. I don't know.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Hey.
I think I got a 2 out of 1. Jeez.
I had Conan O'Brien writing for me this year.
Goodness gracious.
All right. So where are we starting? We're starting with our replums, or do we want to go to the list? All right. Robbie, why don't we start with you? What score would you like to change this year?
Ooh, this is I just thought about this last night. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I'm gonna go one full point up
Ooh,
from an 8 to a 9 for friendship. This movie has really, really just stuck with me. I catch a little, you send me those, garage scene videos and stuff like that. And then I see those things. I think of like the movie. I think of how stupid it is. I think of how crazy it is. I think of that he needs really serious mental help. But I keep coming back. I think it's one of the funniest comedies I've seen in such a long time. I think it's original. It made me, the anxiety was through the roof, and I loved it. And I can't wait to watch it. It's definitely gonna be rewatchable for me. I love it.
yeah, I was thinking about changing my score from the emoji to an actual score, but I picked something else. So good pick.
Thank you.
Ryan, would you like to go next or last?
I'll go. So I had a couple movies as I was looking over our list that I wanted to change, but I also decided to raise my score for friendship for
Whoa.
basically almost all the same reasons as Robbie. I did, I, if you go back and listen to our friendship episode, I didn't get it. I was kind of like on it. But the more time has passed, the more times that we've talked about it, that again, memes, videos through this group chat and watching it again, it grows on you, it grew on me. So I'm going with a friendship at a 7.9.
All
That's like
right.
almost 2 points up.
Wow. What did you score it at originally?
6.1, I think.
Oh wow.
I had it low. Yeah.
You did. I remember that. You were kind of like, I don't like the awkwardness. I don't like being like feeling like awkward for the main character. Friendship starting the night off hot here. What is in store when the awards come? I'm very interested.
Take it easy,
Um,
Jim.
don't slam that door. Uh, I'm gonna go. I'm actually very happy because I did want to change it just to get the emoji off the books, but yeah, I mean, thinking back on it, I watched I Think You Should Leave. I watched The Chair Company this year, and I wanted to raise my score on that because kind of, once you get that full breadth of Tim Robinson's work, it changes. But I'm going to go up on Sinners, which I already gave a pretty high score. I went 9.1 originally. I'm going to bump that up to 9.5.
Whoa.
The more I think about Sinners, the more I really enjoyed it. Um, I'm hoping that it does really well in award seasons. I think it deserves it. I think, you know, with every movie that's a remake or adapted from some work, whether it's a TV show or an older movie or a book or something like that. um, it's cool to have something original. I enjoyed the movie. I thought that it was really well done. I thought it was shot beautifully. I thought the performances were great. Michael B. Jordan, playing two characters but having the subtle differences, even though he's playing a twin. I just really hope this movie gets a lot of love come award season. So I chose to raise my grade for Sinners.
Interesting. Um, did you watch the Haley Steinfeld spit in his mouth a few times and that bumped it a few points or
Cannot confirm nor deny that at this point in time.
I'm sorry,
All
Mrs.
right,
Josh Allen, I'm sorry.
please, he's got nothing on me. All right, fantastic. Do we want to do the non let the boys watch shout outs? Do we want to go right into the uh our best of the year, we'll call it, or our scores of the year? Do that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start with our bottom five. So our bottom five movies this year were Spaceballs was number five, 6.27 combined score for all of us. Doctor No,
Hmm.
6.03. Hurts me to say
Dr.
it, but number
Blow.
three hurts me to say it, but number three was Superman, 5.57. I was the only one that really liked that movie.
Boo.
Gross.
Number t number two was Idiocracy at a 5.13. And a movie that none of us really cared for that much at number one. It's only fitting that it's down here. It's Insidious at a lowly 3.06. That is atrocious. Guys, any thoughts on Insidious that you want to bring back up after, we kind of tore it to shreds already?
I mean, I was just I thinking about it now, I guess we pissed off that I wasted my time on my couch watching this movie when I could be doing something better. Um, I don't know what scientist. It's probably the health and human service type scientists over there that are talking about these movies being, super duper scary. This movie stunk. This movie sucked. I hated it. I can't believe they made more of it. This is the kind of world we live in. It's a dumb world, and whatever. I hate this movie, and I hate that we watched it.
They came all the way back around too, where I think Rose Byrne and the other guy came back for the next one, and then I think they left the franchise. But I think they recently there was like a couple spinoffs, and then they came back again now for like an Insidious 4. So stay tuned this year when we're doing the Star Wars marathon and then the Insidious marathon back to back coming up very shortly.
Yeah, don't forget. And then after, if that happens, visit my grave at Pine Lawn. You'll see it behind a willow tree.
Thank you for your service. Any
Can I
any
have your
last thoughts?
Sonos?
Yeah, yeah. You can. Benny can have my Vietnam hat too. I just like the war. It's a good war.
Stolen Valor. I got it at the army store.
But I won't ask for your Vitamix. I'll bury that with you.
Yeah, bury that with me, please.
You got it, pal.
Benny, I got
Vitamix.
this. Benny, I'll give you this Four Horsemen book. It's a cookbook. I got it myself.
Oh, fantastic. I wonder where you found that.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, Ryan, before we go, any last thoughts on Insidious, or did Robbie kind of
It stunk. I agree. I wish I rated it lower. Terrible. And I I will say, just in general in the bottom five, I mean, I like Spaceballs, but it's not a great film, so I get why that's in the bottom. And I'm still shocked that Idiocracy is actually like not a great movie, because when I think back on it, I'm like, oh, it's fantastic and it's appropriate for the times we live in, but it's just not great. And that's a shame because I like Mike Judge.
I think Idiocracy was more like, all right, this is funny when it was like George Bush in office,
Yeah,
and now that it's like,
it's too
I
real.
think it's hitting a little too close to home at
It's
this
like
point. That
Sammy
I'm like,
Sosa high heat baseball. It's so real.
only second to Ken Griffey Jr. I'm back. All right, let's do our top three and bottom threes of the year. Let's do Ryan's.
Well,
Ryan,
do
do
we
you
have our
want?
top five, or we're doing that
We'll
after?
do that. We'll do that last.
Gotcha.
We'll do that last. Ryan, do you want me to give your bottom three or top three first?
Um, I think we can all agree that I'm a top, so why don't we start there?
Hmm.
I mean, please. Ryan, your top three was Goodfellas 9.6, Grand Budapest Hotel 9.7, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 at a 9.8. No tens from you this year, Ryan. Any thoughts on these three movies? Do you like the way that this shook out here, or
I mean, Harry Potter is not better than either one of those movies. It's just it's fun, and I think we were riding that wave, so I voted those pretty high towards the end.
yeah, so did I, but it was a feel spot.
Yeah,
And your bottom three, Happy Gilmore at number three, two, Happy Gilmore 2, 5.6, Superman 5.1, and of course, it didn't get a 3.03 rating for nothing. Insidious 3.4 from you on the bottom three. Any final thoughts here on your bottom three?
they
No.
all stink. I hope I never see any one of them again.
All right, Robbie, I'm going to save you for last because you got two big scores on yours on your top three. So we'll go to my bottom three. I'll do my bottom three first. Was Doctor No at a 6.2, number three, Idiocracy at a 6, and of course Insidious at a 5.1. Doctor No, I mean, I didn't hate it. It just was very much of its time, and there were, we talk about so many times that there's so many people that were in movies back in these times. They're like, what do you who casted you? And like, are we really, is film really that expensive that we can't do a second take on anything? But
Yeah.
it did kind of like open me up to maybe wanting to watch some more Bond films. I don't know if I'd go through every one of them, but it opened me up to that world and I liked it. My top three was with you, Ryan. I was very high on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I went 9.7, just zero point 0.1 under you. Anatomy of a Fall at 9.7, tied. And my number one this year, the only 10 that I gave this year, was Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels at a 10. This was kind of an out of nowhere 10 for me. And then we discussed that, hey, this is a Ben 10 or a Ryan 10 or a Robbie 10. This was just it just hit all the buttons that I wanted in a movie. We talk about how I love the English humor a lot of the times. I just thought this movie was so well paced. Loved the twists and turns and all this in this movie. And yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. So very, very glad that we finally watched that one. I don't think this is one that I would have went out of my way to watch. All right. Robbie, I mentioned those big scores that you had. Do you want to start with your bottom three or top?
We can start with the bottom.
All right. So you said that you wanted to give some low scores this year, and boy, did you come through. You went with number three, Superman, 3.2, Idiocracy, 2.5, and Insidious at a 0.666. Any thoughts on your bottom three here?
No, I love those scores because those movies suck. They sucked.
I'm
Um,
just-
I'm disappointed in Superman. I was excited to see that. What a letdown. But that's life. More lows than highs. And what can you do? Another night wasted on my couch watching a shit movie. Well, but it is what it is. But I like the bottom three because I all hate them, and I know for a good fact that I'll never watch those movies again.
Any interest in Supergirl coming out soon?
Only for the lead girl.
Millie Alcock?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I love the little end credit scene. I'm sure you didn't stick around for that in Superman, but that's when they kind of introduced her.
I was gone. I was gone before the movie even ended.
It cut to black, and you didn't even see the first credit pop up.
Oh,
All right, and your top three, Sinners, which has already gotten some love here at a 9.7. And here we go, tied for number one. Robbie made up for the both Ryan and me on the lack of tens with two tens here. He went with Goodfellas at a 10, and his birthday pick, Wolf of Wall Street at a 10. Robbie, thoughts on your top 10, your top three?
I loved it. I mean, those are fantastic movies. I was more surprised by Sinners. I didn't think I was going to like it that much. I didn't know really what it was about, but turning that on and fully going through it was great. I was like, oh, this movie's a little slow in the beginning, but then it picked up, and I really loved it. Loved the direction, loved the acting, loved the story. Um, Love the set pieces, even though there was not many, and the score. So, again, I've said enough about Wolf and Goodfellas. I mean, those movies are going to stay in my rotation until the end of time. Shout out Timberlake.
I really, I really kind of wish we saw Sinners in IMAX. I mean, I don't know if it was just because they constantly switch the aspect ratio, and I just kind of thought about seeing it in IMAX when they switched to that big, tall IMAX shot. But yeah, Sinners was great. I really enjoyed it.
We should all go to see one battle after another in IMAX, like we plan on doing. That would have been
I'm down. I'm down. I haven't seen it yet.
fun.
All right, let's move on to our top five movies of the year. In a year where we complained about so many movies, we did have five that took the top spot. Coming in at number four was a tie, shockingly enough. It is The Wolf of Wall Street and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind at a 9.43 combined. Our number three movie was The Grand Budapest Hotel at a 9.53. And then very, very close, our number one and number two, Goodfellas at number two with a 9.6. And eking it out with a 9.63 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Robbie, tell me how you feel about that.
Oh, ecstatic. You see it on my face, please. If you saw my eyes right now, they'd be bulging out. That's how excited I am. Um, No, I'm glad I watched them. When you threw out the idea of watching all the Star Wars, I wanted to find where you were at and kill you. Um, but no, Harry Potter is a great movie. Is it better than, the other few that I love more? No, of course not. But this is an average. And you nerds like Harry Potter. You like freaking tucking your pickle in. But other than that, it is what it is. Harry Potter, the last one's a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's very much a product of kind of those scores you give based on the genre. And, especially when you got seven movies to watch, you kind of can develop your own scoring system because there's just so many. And it's the best movie out of all of them. Um, Ryan, I know you kind of watch the Harry Potter movies. You said every year, pretty
Um,
much.
Not as maybe not as much anymore because I don't know how I feel about them because of the idiot author, but yeah, close to that. We'll say, well, for argument's sake, yes.
What did you think about our little exercise of showing Robbie these movies and kind of getting his takes on all of them and
I
just
mean,
watching them in one shot like this?
I I like I mean, obviously because I like a film series, I want my friends to also enjoy something I like, but I understand that not everyone likes what I like because I like a lot of stupid shit. But something like that I think is also beneficial because for like the young kids in Robbie's life, they may start liking Harry Potter, and then that's a frame of reference that he can draw from, and it's I don't know. I always feel like it's nice when you can connect with people on kids or adults, doesn't matter, but like on things like that, and that was like a huge part of pop culture and still is. Um, it's I don't know. I will watch movies that I know I won't like just because I people are talking about them, just so I can kind of like, I don't know, be in the conversation, even though no one wants me in there.
Oh, come on. That's not true.
But like similarly, we're joking around about Star Wars, but like, I mean, I would like it too to like get Robbie's opinion. I'd hate to make him watch 6 hours worth of movies, but I enjoy hearing people's opinion on things that I like
Yeah.
that normally might not like it. So like with Harry Potter, I was pleasantly surprised that Robbie liked and enjoyed them. It's a lot, but I don't know. Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes you kind of watch it with a different eye, especially,
Yes.
and it's not a knock on Robbie. It's just he doesn't. It's not his thing. You're kind of like ready. You're like looking for the things to nitpick because Robbie's watching with that critical eye, and it forced me to kind of I think change up my rankings of the movies a little bit as movies. Because I know going in, and I think after we watched five, I don't know if I said before or after, but I thought five was my favorite movie because it's my favorite book, and I love the duel between Voldemort and Dumbledore before he kind of pisses off and goes in hiding. Um, but it ended up not being, and it changed it around. And I wonder if that's just because I was kind of watching it with a more critical eye. But it was like I said, it was a fun exercise, and it was fun to hear, Robbie's progression through all seven, and the things that he didn't have the context of because he didn't read. And we talked about, I think maybe a little bit in Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix, where there was stuff where he's just like, what? Like, what? Why did that happen? And
Yeah, what is
I
going
don't
on?
really understand what's happening there. So it was interesting and it was fun. And I would like to do that again with some other series or something. And I'm sure we'll find something.
Just not too much. Three movies I think would be max for another round of this. But
Mhm.
obviously Robbie has to agree.
Yeah. Robbie, any thoughts on was Grand Budapest Hotel one of your picks, or maybe you threw it out there in the poll? Any thoughts about that, or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? I mean, we talk about Goodfellas all the time, but any thoughts on those two movies?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I always wanted to watch it, but recently, not when it first came out. Those kind of I wasn't really into that kind of stuff back then, but I was very happy about that movie. I love Jim Carrey's performance, and Grand Budapest I saw it a while back. But I just love that movie too. I mean, everything about it's fantastic. I just amazing that somebody can put together set pieces like that, and it's beautiful. And Ray Fiennes, I mean, what can I say? What can I say in that performance?
Yeah, I don't want to say Grand Budapest was the surprise of the year for me, but I just thought it was going to be, I don't know, like kind of artsy and not that deep, but it was just awesome. I loved the story. I loved, you mentioned Ray Fiennes. I loved, the sidekick and just all the whole story of it was just so fun. It was a treat to watch. Ryan,
Would
any
you
thoughts
got?
on? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure at this point that that's my favorite of his. Would you guys say that you like that better than Royal Tenenbaums or any of his other films?
I like Royal Tenenbaums better. There's something about that movie that really I enjoy.
Fair.
Yeah, I talked about it when we did our plum scores for Grand Budapest. I purposely kind of kept my score low on Royal Tenenbaums to leave space for another movie, and I'm glad I did because this was, to me, I like this a lot more.
Fair. It's fair to
Ryan,
say.
any other thoughts on Goodfellas, Eternal Sunshine, Budapest, Wolf of
Uh,
Wall Street?
I mean, they're all fantastic films. Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street deservedly got tens. Um, I don't know what my issue is. Maybe it's fear of commitment. But I have trouble giving out tens. Even on, I think it was funny because it was like Wolf of Wall Street was Robbie's pick. He obviously gave that a 10. Uh, I don't even, I forget what my pick was for my birthday, and I didn't even give it a 10.
It was
Was it The
the gentleman.
Gentleman?
The Gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even give it a 10. There's something wrong with my brain, I think.
Come
Come
on,
on.
don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
One of the sponsors of tonight was almost 9.4, the number. They reached out to us.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
they
a high
didn't want to meet
score.
our
It's a real
they
high
didn't
score.
want to meet our but they didn't want to meet our quote. So they came in just underneath where they should have been.
Oh yeah, okay.
About
We just made a
point
profit.
six below where they
Yeah.
should have been.
All right. Anybody got final thoughts on our top fives, or do we want to move on to our shout outs for something that maybe we didn't watch for the
I just
show?
hope that I just really hope that this year's better than last year. Not that I had a bad time, but man, some of these movies really stunk.
I think this year we should really hammer that top 250 list because we made a nice little dent in it, but we stopped referencing it. And I think there's a lot of good stuff we have. And maybe we don't have to go with necessarily such themed votes because I
Yeah.
think that's where we trip ourselves up a little bit and we get movies that, we just threw in to kind of round out a topic. And at the end, we're like,
Yeah.
it's not
I
the
don't
one
want to
we
watch
wanted to
that shit.
watch. So maybe we just do a little, we kind of
Yeah.
drop the theme a little bit and just hammer that top 250 list and see where that takes us and maybe get some classics this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Do less like themes, more just like three films from whatever.
Yeah, or maybe like years. We do it on years or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody want to start us off with something they didn't watch for the podcast and they want to give a shout out to?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I can go quickly while you guys
Yeah.
think.
Go ahead.
So we teased it, but I did get a chance to go see One Battle After Another in the Lincoln Square IMAX on the 7,000 foot screen
Wow.
uh, and film. It was awesome. Paul Thomas Anderson, just fantastic. Leo, incredible performance. Benicio del Toro, amazing performance. Um, so many other people with just great performances. Sean Penn, he's just great. Um, I still think that There Will Be Blood is my gold standard for Paul Thomas Anderson. I read a lot of stuff online about people throwing maybe some other movies in there or saying that this was kind of a culmination of his work where you could see where he pulled from a lot of his prior work that like got mixed into this one. But I had a lot of fun with it. We actually watched it again on HBO Max while we were down in Florida. So it was a great movie. I hope you guys get a chance to watch it so we can, talk about it, whether it's on the podcast or off it.
Fair.
I saw it.
You did? Any quick thoughts here?
Loved it. Sean Penn, fantastic. I'm not a big Sean Penn guy, but out of this world. I mean, the scene at the grocery store is just it's just fucking bonkers. It's not nothing crazy, right? I'm not trying to spoil anything, but
Ah, it's okay.
no, just just a great movie. I just some of the shots they had in that movie were fantastic. Really, everybody was great. The acting was great. Benicio del Toro was fantastic. My love for Leo, please. Even the new girl, I forgot her name in real life, but she was fantastic. And You know, a little fantastic looking on the eyes too. Watch out.
Any thoughts on kind of its ranking in the Paul Thomas Anderson movies you've seen?
I think I think it'll be two. Behind there will be Blood. I started The Master like years ago and I didn't watch it. I want to finish that. Magnolia, but that's like 3 hours long. I always wanted to watch Inherent Vice, but I don't know. I think I got bad reviews, but um, who knows? And what's the one with Adam Sandler?
Punch Drunk?
Yeah, like
Punch
something like
Drunk
that.
Love, yeah.
I would like to watch. But no, I really did enjoy One Battle After Another.
Oh, I'm just looking quickly. I was looking at PTA's films. My boy John Bryan came back to compose for One Battle After Another.
Yeah, it was good. The score was very good.
I
Yeah, my
like
guy
seeing him
Johnny
get
Greenwood.
work.
My guy Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah,
It's my guy.
yeah, they
Nobody likes
both
him more
did.
than you.
No, please, I love him.
Uh,
Uh,
Johnny J, I call him.
any other shout outs for stuff that we didn't watch on the pod?
Uh, I'll quickly sh I mean, I feel like it was a lot of shows this year that I watched, but this is a movie podcast. So, um, I do want to shout out actually randomly the Downton Abbey movie because the missus and I watched the entire series. We watched all the movies, and it was like the final thing. It was very enjoyable. I mean, it's, it is what it is. It's not the best film I ever saw in my life, but listen, it was nice. It made you feel good. And I don't know. It's fun. It's
I
cute.
like it. We're
That's
gonna
Yeah.
cool.
turn
That's
this
all.
we're turning this into a Downtown Abbey podcast starting next week.
Yeah.
I rewatched Training Day. I haven't watched that in a while.
Nice.
I watched that, loved
The
it, absolutely
best.
loved it. Denzel, look out, watch out. I
Mini
forgot how.
Denzel week.
Oh yeah, I just forgot how just like it just goes right from the beginning, doesn't stop. Um, Great performance by Denzel. I really awesome, really so good.
Fantastic. I love that movie.
I was
And
thinking
I
about that
watched
movie.
this. Yeah, and I watched the show. I don't know if you guys watched it, The Studio. It's on Apple TV Plus. I watched it.
Is that show good?
Oh, fantastic. I think I thought I told you guys about it, but I guess not.
No, not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
watch
didn't
it.
even know it existed.
Oh, please forget about it.
All right.
Um, we Speaking of Apple TV, we are in the middle of Pluribus. And
Thoughts?
so I mean, so far so good. I'm enjoying it. I won't say anything else in case you guys decide to watch it.
Yeah, I do want to watch it. All right. What do you say we get into the awards? And the awards are brought to you by Ozempic.
Oh,
I
wow.
fucking need it. I think badly. All right, let's get into it.
It's a good one. That's a good slogan.
There you
Ozempic. I fucking need
I
it.
fucking need it.
go. All right. Let's start here with worst performance of the year. Uh, does anybody want to be the number one pick here and set up our snake draft?
I can go.
All right. Start us off. Worst performance.
Oh, please. I'm so glad. My worst performance of the year is Robert De Niro having sex in Analyze This. I mean, absolutely awful. I never wanted to see that. I never want to see it again. Um, because that's just gross. He didn't know I don't know if he knows what he's doing, but in Analyze This, he didn't know anything. He wasn't stroking, he wasn't, different stroking. I don't know what he was doing, but that was awful. That was awful. So that's my worst performance of the year.
Love it. Ryan, you want to go second or third?
I don't care.
I'll go second.
All right.
My worst performance of the year was Ursula Andress as Honey Rider in Doctor No. So I guess she was like the Bond girl on the beach. She just stunk. It was just so bad. I couldn't deal with it. The second she put like I was okay with the movie and dealing with it, but the second she came on the screen with her no charisma. I mean, great bod, obviously, fantastic beach bod, but just zero charisma, zero chemistry. I thought she stunk. Worst performance of the year for me.
It's hard to keep up with Connery. Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Remember the outfit
Maybe,
he was wearing when they
yeah.
with the
I was
beach?
gonna, I was gonna say maybe she had a nice hairy chest like Connery. That would have changed my mind, but
Fantastic. Um, my worst performance of the year is, and I always forget his name, but the dude from Harry Potter, Happy Gilmore too, with the smelly breath, the villain. Is that Benny Safdie?
yes,
Yeah.
That everything about that character annoyed me, and I'm still mad about it.
yeah.
Ooh,
Now that you brought it up, he stunk.
Hated
hate the
All
name.
right, the worst.
it.
Ryan, why don't you get us started on worst movie of the year for you?
Um, I mean, based on my bottom three, it'd be easy to pick Insidious, because it did stink, but I think I'm actually gonna go with Superman. And the reason I'm sorry, we could all do the
Yeah,
same. That's okay.
yeah.
But
This
the
Anyways,
is
you can't.
reason
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going with
Yeah.
that is because I was excited to see it. I was pumped to watch it. I like J other James Gunn stuff, and I love what's her name, Rachel Brosnahan, fantastic. And it just, I thought it was like such a letdown. It was like really disappointing. It wasn't as bad of a movie as Insidious, Happy Gilmore 2, etc. It was infuriating because it stunk so much.
I can't believe you guys. I mean, I feel like I watched a different movie. I enjoyed it. My worst movie of the year. I'm gonna go again. Easy pickings to pick Insidious, but I'm gonna pick Idiocracy. And it was again, I like it, but it just hit way too close to home. And it just, watching it, I was like, I almost didn't want to do it anymore because it was, I could just see us going down that road and feeding, the plants Mountain Dew because of global warming or something like that. So it just Idiocracy for me just didn't hit like it normally would in these trying times. All right, Robbie, go ahead.
Well, I love to go Superman. I'm not going to do that. I don't really, not really a big fan of picking the same thing. So I'm going to go with Spaceballs. A tremendously awful movie, not funny at all. Hated everything about it. Hated everything about it. Hated Daphne Zuniga, whatever her name is. She goes should go back to Melrose Place because she stunk. Um, John Candy was good, whatever. But other than that, I mean, please, that's not my kind of life. That's for kids that can't read past fifth grade level, not for a scholar like me who 12 years in undergrad. But no, I'm just not doing it. Just not doing it. I didn't like it. Again, another movie that the cuz picked, and that won again, and another night on the couch wanting to see if I can get away with murder.
Questioning life choices. All right, Robbie, back around to you.
Hmm.
Score of the year.
Oh, please, thank goodness. I'm gonna go with Alexandre Desplat from the Grand Budapest Hotel. I probably
Nice.
said his name wrong, but just something about that soundtrack. It just fits that movie so well. I don't know what he's doing, what he's using, little things like that. Um, I really love that score. It's one of my favorite scores. I have a couple of those on the old Spotify playlist, so it's a good thing, and I'm happy I got him because this is who I wanted all along. Um, yeah, so Grand Budapest Hotel, beautiful score, love it.
Awesome. So this year, when I was looking through all the movies we did, yeah, I mentioned it to you guys. I feel like we watched all of these movies 4 years ago. I don't know why. Like, not a lot of these movies. Like, I'd look and I saw a Real Pain, and I was like, that was this year. It felt like forever ago we watched that movie. And Robbie's more the score guy, really, I would say, on the podcast. And for me, it's like when they pop, they pop. And I was looking back at all these movies, and there was not a lot of things. I mean, I guess you could say Baby Driver, but that was more of a soundtrack than like a score. Um, but I'm gonna go with a classic here. I've given him crap before, and I've tried to pick around him in a lot of other things, but I'm gonna go with John Williams in Harry Potter's 1 through 3. I mean, he had a couple of absolute bangers that ended up, even being in the movies after he left and other people took over the scores of the movie. So I'm gonna give him his props here and say John Williams in the first three Harry Potter movies was my scores of the year.
Great choice. both high choices for me. I think so, I think I told a meandering story about Alexander Desplat with like some little guitar, but we're not gonna get into that right here. Um, I'm still I mentioned him already in the podcast. I don't love him necessarily or anything, but I'll give it to John Bryan for Eternal Sunshine. Similar to Grand Budapest, I don't know what it is. It's just like it's almost and similar to Harry Potter, but it's like almost magical. The compositions and the instruments they use, and it really adds to the movie. It's not like yeah, Baby Driver has an awesome soundtrack, but something about like an original composition just can really take a movie to new heights. So thank you to all three of those composers. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was the only other movie that I saw that popped for me. Again, like, it's not something that I always kind of like think about it after. I'm like, oh, the music was actually really good. It's not something I focus on. But Eternal Sunshine was another one that popped for me. But ended up going with John Williams. All right, Ryan, right back around to you for your supporting actor of
Oh,
the year.
oh, I don't. I have two here because I feel like one was gonna get taken. Um, I I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Joe Pesci and Goodfellas.
Ah, you come. Oh, sorry for the C. Sorry for the big
That's all
C.
right. It's all right. I didn't want to take it, but then I said to myself, I'm
You're
gonna
not a
take
Joe
it.
Pesci guy. You come on.
I know historically my supporting actor picks are a little controversial, but
You
we
finally
can all
nailed one, you
pick him.
bastard.
He's so good. He's so good in this. It's actually crazy how good he is in this. And he deserved that Oscar win, and I love the fact that he just took it and said, "Thank you." Just walked off.
Um,
I
you
would
know
never do
what?
it.
I don't know if Robbie's gonna do it, but I'm gonna go two for two. I mean, there's just nobody else. He's so good in the movie. He's funny. He's the comic relief. He's menacing. He's psychotic. He's just Joe Pesci's just so good in Goodfellas. It's hard to pick anybody else. I mean, he was literally the first person that I thought of. I mean, he's the only, I'm sure there are great supporting actors in a lot of the movies we watched, but he was just bar none for me. It was the first thing that popped into my head. It's a classic movie. Um, for me personally, I don't know how many other awards I'm going to give to Goodfellas this year, but I had to give it something, and this was just the perfect thing to give it to.
Unbelievable. Uh,
Clean sweep.
yeah, it's got to be a clean sweep. What am I going to give it to Stanley Tucci? Come on, get out of here.
That would have been a good pick.
He was number two, Stanley Tucci.
He was
Um,
great in that movie.
but Joe Pesci, I mean, what more can I say that you guys haven't already said? He's just a phenomenal performance, Mount Rushmore performance. One of the best performances of all time. He's just every time I watch it, I know he's a psychopath, but I can't stop laughing at him. Um, but yeah, what are you kind of sick fucking maniac?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I love that it was a clean sweep too, because it really was
He deserved this.
deserved. All right,
I've
Ryan,
asked you guys a million times. I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Have you
No, go
both
ahead, please.
seen Casino or not?
Have.
Have.
No.
Okay. At some point
It's
this
coming
year
this
we should
year.
do it.
Yeah, even though it's 14 and a half
14
hours.
hours long. It's worth it.
Oh no.
All right, Robbie, back to you, supporting actress.
My supporting actress is Lorraine Bracco in Goodfellas. Again,
From
another Goodfellas. I didn't want to do it, but honestly, and I don't mean to sound the way I'm going to sound, but I looked at the list and I said, not a lot of females in these movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I couldn't really, I had a tough time picking. I had a couple. I wanted to pick one surprise pick, but she's just so good in this movie too. She really is. I just love her performance. She could be a little annoying, but I mean, that's kind of who she's supposed to play. Somebody who's up all night worried about their husband, knows the kind of life he's in, enjoys it, but then, at the end kind of falls with him, even though she really shouldn't have. She could have been on with the guy across the street, having a nice life. But no, give it to her. It's so crazy to me because She fucking sucks in The Sopranos. I hate her in The Sopranos. So it's so different. But yeah, I got to give it to her, Lorraine Bracco.
I'm sensing a little the hairstyle, the sunglasses, the shirt, the
Uh-huh.
last two awards. I'm sensing a little theme here
Look
with
out.
with Robbie here. I'm gonna go with Rachel McAdams in Spotlight as
Nice,
my
nice.
best supporting. Spotlight again. I mean, I know you guys talked it up. I had talked it up a bunch, but I just thought she was really great in the movie where I know we all kind of bagged on Mark Ruffalo. Michael Keaton and Rachel McAdams really saved that movie and made it what it was. So, yeah, I want to give her a shout out. I like Rachel McAdams, and I thought this is probably one of the better things that she's done. So that's what I'll go with.
Yeah, very good. She was on my list.
Ryan, supporting actress.
More controversy because my pick for supporting actress actually won the Oscar for Best Actress, but I think she's a supporting actress in this film, so I'm picking her. I don't care. Louise Fletcher, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest as Nurse Fletcher, Nurse Cratchit. I don't care. Best
Who
supporting actress.
cares?
Yeah.
I forgot she even existed. I hated that movie.
I I liked she was perfect as just the menacing piece of shit nurse.
Best supporting actress, Ryan picked Meryl Streep in Julia Me, where she's on the screen 95% of the time. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's true. Listen, hey,
No, but I mean, just because you are the top billed actress doesn't necessarily mean you're like the lead
no.
or, you
She
know,
was in it for
she was
like
supporting.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Wow, we're moving down this list. Here we go. Ryan, best actor. We're making it to the big dogs now.
Um, gotta go Ray Fiennes, Grand Budapest. I love him so much in this movie. He's so perfect. I I don't even know what to say. He's just the way he delivers everything to me is impeccable, and I don't know if anyone else could have done what he did in this movie. So I will forever love that character. Just the way he says things and goes between different tones and just amazing. Love it.
Yeah, throwing just the snide, cutting insults to, you know, being your best friend and giving you support. Um, he's
Best.
fantastic. Which leads me to my pick. And it's a back-to-back for Ray Fiennes in in Grand Budapest Hotel. Like you said, I mean, just everything that he did in this movie was fantastic. The comedy, you know, the way he said stuff, the tone, and I think I was a little swayed by this. We saw so much Ray Fiennes this year. I mean, I could have easily brought in the fact that he was just fantastic as Voldemort too, and wanted to give him a shout out for that as well. But Ray Fiennes, incredible. I mean, he was incredible in Bruges. Everything I've seen him in, I've absolutely loved him in. So, yeah, he's my best actor of the year as well. Robbie.
Oh, my best actor of the year. Really wanted to pick, pull a surprise, really, and go with Choi Min-sik from Old Boy. Thought he was fantastic, but I gotta go with DiCaprio with the Wall Street. I mean, forget about it. I mean, come on, you know I was gonna do that. You know, I think it's the best performance of all time. He is that movie. He's on screen probably I think 95% of the time. He's just tour de force the entire time. It's amazing the stuff he does in that movie, and that movie wouldn't be the same if he wasn't the lead in that role. Yeah, I know it's Martin Scorsese and I love him, but DiCaprio is just out of this world. It's like a Jordan, you know, kind of Bonds type season where you're just like, oh, you know, just hitting everything. And that's what he did. And it's the best. And I love that performance. And yeah, it's my favorite performance ever.
I mean, and what better time than to do a little mini in memoriam for our guy
Oh,
Rob Reiner. I mean, haven't gotten a chance to talk about it since it happened. It's been a few weeks now, but just awful what happened to him. I mean, we've watched all the President's Men. I gave him a little guff for his performance in Wolf of Wall Street, but still, he's just He's amazing. Super upsetting what happened to him. And yeah, we're gonna have to do a little tribute slash Rob Reiner week or pick a Rob Reiner movie to watch sometime soon because a legend, absolute legend.
Yeah, he was in All the President's Men.
He was a director. Not all the President's Men, A Few Good Men.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
And shout out Robert
Just
Redford. Rest in peace.
yeah. I mean, what a great like it never occurred to me like just how wild his catalog is of movies.
Yeah.
Like it's just all over the place. Spinal Tap, that Misery, like just hit pretty much almost every major category and genre of movies and knocked it out of the park more often than not.
Yeah, and he whatchamacallit, Castle Rock, it was his company, and he you know, tagged along with Seinfeld. So God knows how much money he had doing that. But yeah, I mean, I loved him in that movie too, Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, I know it's a little controversial with the cuz. I don't think the cuz liked him that much, but he's fantastic. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
rest in
love him
peace
in
to
it.
him.
He was. I mean, watching that clip again because it was a lot of people posted it. It felt a little stiff for me, but the lines were great, and just seeing him on screen is just I don't know, it always gave me a little bit of a pop, and I guess maybe that's why I was a little harder on him in this role than anything else before. But yeah, I mean, just fantastic, man.
Oh yeah,
And when that news started coming out that night, it was just it's crazy. It was crazy, and world's a little less funny now that he's gone. So
yeah, one of my favorite movies growing up. Stand by Me, love it.
yeah, and I didn't even realize he was who he was in All in the Family. Not that I watched that show a lot, but he just looks so different with like the mustache and the long, the long brown hair. Just what a career, man. I mean, as somebody too that like, his father was so famous
Awesome.
and just like a powerhouse, and for him to almost step out of that shadow and just kind of be his own person and do so many different things and have such a wild career. It's crazy to think that his father only died a few years ago,
Yeah.
and for this to happen so close after that. So it was a tough one. It was a weird one that it wasn't like, I wasn't like crying tears, but it was just one that you felt. And it was like
Yeah.
he just, the two of them have been around for so long. It's just, they're gone now. It's upsetting. Ryan, did you ever watch Spinal Tap or the second one that came out?
I didn't watch the second one. At some point, I'm sure I will. But yeah, I mean, love Spinal Tap. Love pretty much all his movies. Princess Bride, one of my favorites.
Yeah, something we watched on the show. Another
Yeah.
one we watched on the show here. All right. A little in memoriam there for our guy Rob. Speaking of Rob's,
Great name.
fantastic name,
Fantastic name, please.
Rob.
Please.
Robbie, back to you on your best actress of the year.
Ooh. Um, I'm gonna go Sandra Euler in Anatomy of a Fall. I was gonna go somebody else, but I really just enjoyed this performance more. Um, you hated her, you felt bad for her. She was an asshole. She was probably a little floozy. She was all over the map, but she played it in such a good way. Courtroom scenes, she was all, she was fantastic. I'm trying to think, was it like the car scene where she's there laughing, 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 and then she just starts crying? Like that's a powerful scene. Like I don't know how people do that, like acting wise. She was very good. She did get nominated for Best Actress in this movie. So it's only fitting that the person who first saw this movie and told everybody about it, picked her.
Yeah, I'm really hating this second spot because I got to do it again and go with the same person. This was my pick for best actress was Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall. I mean, Robbie, you mentioned it. Thank God you recommended this movie to me because
Oh, you're
uh,
welcome.
my life it was completely changed. But no, this was a year where I tried to do most of the best movie nominees for the Oscars. It was this. It was she was in two. She was in Zone of Interest too. It's just like a fantastic run for her. But like you mentioned, I mean, the courtroom scenes, switching between the languages, the fight scene, like the scenes with her son in the movie, just she went through so much range of emotion. She was just so good. Um, there was nobody else for me. There was no number two for me to fall back on, even if I wanted to here. I thought she was fantastic, and I loved the movie. Ryan,
3 for 3.
Really? Wow.
I
She
was
was
on the
very,
second.
very good in this film. I had a couple of choices, but every time I looked at all of them, I was like, she's better than. Not saying she's a better actress than the others, but she was better in Anatomy of a Fall than some of the other actresses were in the other movies. So I got to go with her. And you guys make fantastic points. The range of emotions she showed in this film was fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's her native, she is German, so she guess just plays this role in that vein anyway, but like just how she has like that German stoicism underneath all of it where she does, she tries not to lash out too much and just stays in the pocket, but also, she has that wild range of emotion. It was just such an awesome performance and just something that every both times I watched this movie, I thought about it for a lot
Yeah.
after I watched it.
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna pick Kate Winslet, but it's just a different performance. It's not like Kate Winslet was bad at it. She was great in Eternal Sunshine, but this was just more. This was like a more powerful performance um, that was given. So I couldn't pick anybody else but her.
I mean, like, who are we to say? But it's one of those performances where I'm sure you got to show in like film school or acting school to like show like just how, we mentioned a few times with the range of emotion and, just a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
Um, all right, back to you, Ryan. Best screenplay.
Oh, I'm gonna go Eternal Sunshine here. You just brought it up with Kate Winslet. It's just I like the originality. It doesn't hit as much as it used to when I was a young emo boy. But I still really enjoy it, and I just love the concept, the idea behind it. So I'm gonna go Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, that movie held up really well.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a great film, but I love it for different reasons now. Like I
100,
used to love it
100%.
because it like made me feel things. Now I love it because
Yeah,
it's a great film.
yeah, 100%. I'm gonna go with Sinners by Ryan Coogler. I mentioned it early on. I changed my score for it. Again, in a world where we're getting retreads of almost everything and pulling from this and that, it's a fantastic movie. It's an awesome story. I love the vampire, the vampire theme. I love the way that it pulls in Black history and Black culture and mixes the two and it was just really cool. It was really unique. It was not what I was expecting at all. To call it a vampire movie just does not do it any type of justice at all. Even though that's, I guess, what it is at the end of the day. It was just really original and really something that I enjoyed and not what I expected.
Agree on both. Agree on both. I'm gonna go. Of course, I can pick. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I can pick Goodfellas. I can pick Wolf of Wall Street. But I'm going with a movie that absolutely surprised me this year and actually did win Best Screenplay. The Sting. I really enjoyed The Sting. Loved the movie.
Good
Loved
pick.
Paul Newman. Loved Robert Redford. Loved Robert Shaw. Just a really all-around fantastic caper film. Um, with the fantastic screenplay. It was such a good movie. We like Benny said before with like Doctor No, it's like, see here I come, here comes the doctor. Like those stupid things like that, those stupid voices. But like, yeah, see there, pretty girl. But here it didn't feel like that. I don't know. It was my first time venturing with some Paul Newman stuff. I've seen Robert Redford in All the President's Men, but nothing really other than that. And it was just a great movie, and it just held up. And I wanted to give The Sting its props.
Yeah,
Oh
perfect.
no,
Agreed.
I thought that was Sting coming from the ceiling.
Dang!
There's a guy behind you with a Sting mask.
Oh no.
It's actually Sting.
Oh no.
What's funny, and I wish I would have thought of it because it would have been a funny answer to performance of the year. But when you mentioned Once Upon a Time in Mexico, it just popped into my head. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It just popped into my head. The trailer scene with Leo where he comes in and he just throws shit, and he's like, "You're never gonna drink again." And then he like tries to take a sip from the flask, and he gets. That was just fantastic.
You had to
Sorry.
have, you had to have six whiskey sours. You couldn't stop at three.
That might have been the scene of the year for me. It was just so
Uh,
good.
and you know what's crazy, right? I told you that it was just all improvised.
Yeah, yeah.
He just he just let it go. Like he just let the camera go.
And there are so many things too with like the that mirror when he's talking to himself in the mirror and the way that that looked on screen. It was just so freaking good. Um, all right, back to you, Robbie, for one of our most prestigious awards here, Director of the Year.
Ooh, I have to go with Martin Scorsese for Goodfellas. I mean, just an absolute tour de force from beginning to end. I mean, the editing, the direction, all this fantastic stuff. And like you think about it now, like, yeah, okay, I'm bored talking about it, or everybody knows about it. But in 1990, you weren't getting that kind of stuff, I don't think. Really. You weren't getting that type of direction. You weren't getting that type of movie. I mean, I could just imagine what it was like with somebody watching in 1990. And it's a shame that I think fucking Driving Miss Daisy won Best Picture and this didn't. So some, sign of the times. It's just a masterclass by Scorsese getting all the all the fantastic performances from everybody. I could have went with a couple other ones, but I mean I can't. I really can't. I wanted to go with a few, but I wouldn't be me. That's a
I
shame
mean,
because who
hey,
wants to be me?
everybody. But it was a very good fellas heavy year for you, and I love that for you because it's a movie that you talk about a lot. So glad
Thank
that
you.
you're giving it the shine that it deserves. Um, I was watching the Actors on Actors with Leo and Jennifer Lawrence, I think her name is. I always get like her and Brie Larson confused.
All
I
right,
don't know
that's
why.
fair.
I just do. Um, they're doing a Scorsese movie together after they did Don't Look Up together, so that's on the
Really?
horizon. I don't know when they're going to start filming or whatever, but I would say in the next year and a half or so, we're going to get another Leo Scorsese with a little Jennifer Lawrence mixed in there.
It's crazy how he's still doing it at like 80. I think he's at what, 80? I mean, he was even funny in the studio. The studio.
I was just gonna say I'm surprised he's making a comeback after he got canned from the Kool-Aid movie.
Yeah, and everybody saw him crying leaving. Embarrassing.
Um, I mean, if you know anything about me, you know I'm a little stand for my guy here. It's not going to win my best movie. It's not going to win best screenplay, but I got to give a lot of props to Christopher Nolan in Dunkirk. I
I
just
had that
thought
too.
um, it was just such an incredible movie with story. Yes, there was story, but just the way it made you feel and the way how real everything felt, and the practical effects, and just the way he told the story over different periods of time and cutting back and forth, and just I keep thinking about that final shot of Tom Hardy with the plane on fire in that fucking turtleneck. Ugh, forget about it. I hope they kept him they kept him alive as a prisoner of war and just showed off everybody how fashionable he was. But no, I really enjoyed Dunkirk. I don't know what I expected of it before we watch it. Just we had teased watching this movie so many times, and it was in so many different polls. I'm glad it finally won. Did it win, or we just picked it? But yeah, it was really cool. I'm not going to go out and say that it's my favorite Nolan movie ever because the list is just so long, and like I mentioned, I'm a stan. But I really enjoyed Dunkirk, and I enjoyed the direction of the movie.
See you in July at the Lincoln Center IMAX for
Oh,
the Odyssey.
Ryan, I'm sorry to step on you here, but the IMAX one battle after another. We got one trailer, and it was the Odyssey, and it was 5.5 minutes, and it was
Wow.
intense,
Okay.
intense. So, no free ads, but if it's Nolan, you get a free ad.
I think we what didn't we? I thought we said we were going to watch one battle after another in IMAX together. Did we
We
make
can
plans
go,
for that?
we can go
Right.
watch the Odyssey if you guys want to come out to the city, Lincoln Center.
Oh, I wanted to see. I want you out to see these nuts. How about that?
I to see these balls on your chin. All right, Ryan, director of the year.
Playing at the Ligma Theater. Um, I had a tough time with this one. Uh, there's so many good choices here, and I want to like spread it out a little bit. But that's hard to do. Like pick the best. Um, I really wanted to give it to Old Boy. What's his name? Park Chan-wook, but I'm such a I mute myself. I'm such a dork. I'm gonna go Wes Anderson. Just because of Grand Budapest. Um, it's
What
just
dorky?
no, I know, but
I had him on my list.
it's just like something about his movies, and yes, people have in some cases valid criticisms, and I would say maybe especially of some of the newer ones or more recent ones, I would say. But there's just something about his movies that are just so particular, so perfect, so well thought out, that even scenes like in other movies when they do like when they do the skiing scene and it's just like clearly bad animation, but you're just like, wow, fantastic.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I love it.
Did he write it as well?
I believe so. I think he
Him and
um
somebody else.
with someone else, I don't remember
Doug Guinness.
who. What's that?
Doug Guinness.
Nice. Thank you. Um,
Is it?
I don't know.
Some
Hard to
Guinness.
Uh,
say.
writ written and directed by Wes Anderson. I thought someone else. Oh yeah, Hugo Guinness. You were right. Good
Hugo. I
job,
said Doug.
Doug. Doug
Hugo
Guinness.
Hugo is German for Doug.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I
right.
figured. Hugo
Um,
Schlitz.
That might be
yeah,
on
he
the on
did.
the on the list this year.
He's worked with Wes Anderson since Royal Tenenbaums. He also did Steve Zissou and a couple other things. But yeah, good for him. All right.
All right. Good choice. I don't think that was a nerdy pick at all. I mean, like I said, I mean that could have won best screenplay too from us. All right, Ryan, you have the honor of starting us off with your movie of the year.
Ooh, beautiful.
That's what I hate doing it, but I'm sticking with Grand Budapest. There's so many good choices, but for me, I've it just sticks out. It sticks with me. I literally think of what's the meaning of this shit probably every day in his voice, just all the time. So Grand Budapest for me. But there's a lot of good choices. I know, Robbie, there was a lot of, you said there was a lot of shit this year, and there was. There was. But there's a lot of good choices. Any of the top, I don't know, 20, 25, you could make a strong argument to say like one of, best movie of the year or just one of the best movies ever. It was a strong year. It was a very up and down year. Strong year,
Peaks and valleys.
but a lot of crap.
It's what made the good movie so good.
Maybe.
For me, I'm gonna go Anatomy of a Fall. It was a movie that I loved the first time, and I was kind of almost dreading it the second time because it is just so dialogue driven and not a lot of action. That I was like, do I really want to do this again? It's kind of long, and it's like I said, not much going on besides the dialogue, but we mentioned, all three of us, Sandra Hüller. I mean, it's just really fantastic. A great screenplay, so real, so raw. You got to give up that fight scene as just one of the better scenes kind of in movie history. It's just so real. I love the performance by I made this my movie of the year, and I didn't look up any notes on it. But the kid,
Oh
fantastic
yeah.
performance out of a dog. I mean, come on.
Oh please, it
Uh,
must. Oh,
a steel drum version of a 50 Cent song, just kicking us off. Just it was great. I loved it. I'm glad I watched it again. Um, and I'd watch it a third or fourth time. I just thought it was really good, and there are a couple movies that I gave higher scores to maybe this year. But it's the one that made me think about it. It was probably my funnest episode that we did this year because there was just so much to talk about and debate. And um, did she, didn't she? Why did she? Well, what did the husband really do? I just thought it was a really great movie, and it made you think a lot.
Fair. And don't forget about the not depiction, but the French legal system where you can just say anything you want.
Ah, that prosecutor, the best,
oh, the
but
best.
the
I don't know.
worst.
I wanted to. I wanted to put him in my best supporting actor.
Just you could just be so friggin' snarky, apparently, in the French legal system.
Unbelievable.
Robbie,
Uh,
movie of the year.
oh please. I mean, come on. It's Goodfellas for me. It's almost a clean sweep, but yeah. Is what more can I say about a movie that's coming up on 40 years old? Um, I think, right? Yeah, 1990 to 2030, right? That's 40. Um, sorry, my brain. I don't know. It was just phenomenal performances, really. Even, what he got out of Ray Liotta. I haven't seen a good Ray Liotta performance since then. Rest in peace. But De Niro, I mean, we still like, come on, I'll be going to my grave just going like,
Put me in that one.
yeah. And the smoking, drinks around the house. Um, things like that. Funny, the clown one, right? When he's going in the middle of guys, get the papers, all that fun stuff. I mean, people have been saying that for 30 something years now. It's just an all-time great movie. When I feel like everybody was just in their prime. So, I got to give it its flowers.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What a great award segment for us there. I love we got two clean sweeps. Was not expecting that. I know we all like to we've trained ourselves to not give the same answer, but this is a chance for us to really let the people shine that deserve it. And Joe Pesci and Sandra Hüller, big ups to you guys because you were both fantastic.
Yes.
Any other thoughts there on our awards before we wrap it up for the night?
No, only I
No,
almost went with the Tooch. My most hated man in Hollywood, the Tooch.
He was so good though. He was
He
so
was.
good.
he's fantastic. I know he does stink, but I also love him at the same time.
Fantastic actor, questionable person.
Yeah.
Fair.
Stupid fuck.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the third annual Plummie Awards. It was a pleasure if you made it this far to have you with us. Thank you to our sponsors, Major League Dicks, Twix, Chex Mix, Chex Cereal, Newport 200s, the brand new cigarette
Oof.
from Newport, uh, the pleasures, and of course, who could forget in window air conditioners? I mean, they really went above and beyond uh, to 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 sponsor the show tonight. I mean, all three of our home studios are being cooled tonight by in window air conditioners. So to wrap us up for one more time and to have Robbie tell us goodnight, let me throw it to our main guy here, Ryan. Ryan, any final thoughts before you tell everybody to say goodnight?
No, quite a year. I'm looking forward to next year, and hope you guys stick around. And I don't know. Again, send us some ideas. You want us to watch something? Let us know. We're open for business.
Okay, let us know because you picked a lot of winners this year, you bunch of freaking
We're
bozos.
Morons.
You stupid idiots.
gonna start auditing your accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Christmas.
jeez. But yeah, no, we appreciate it. We love you, Robbie. Tell him good night.
Night, Superman.
When I hit a sound, I rap
And hello, Supergirl.
Good night, yogurt. May the Schwartz be with you.
Let the boy watch.
Horse of the year.
Let
Horse of
the
the year.
boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father. The way he learned from his father. Let